We live. Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now we're live on YouTube, but check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, 1212 on the place to be. The lovely Miss Toy. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad I got to interview you. Like I said, you one of my I just remember you from way back. So I like, I get glad when I interview people that I actually grew up listening to. And in my
Yeah,
mind, I never knew I was going to end up talking to you. So it just always, when it come back, I'm like, damn, that's tight.
that's wonderful. And to be thought
Come,
of.
I was telling my wife about it. I mean, when I was a little younger, this girl came up to me one time, and I was doing something. And then she was all of a sudden, she was like, "You can do it. Put your back into it." And I was
Uh,
like, "I like, you better watch out now, talking to me
okay.
like that."
Hey, starting trouble, huh?
Yeah. So like I was saying, I first remember you. Like I said, that was the early 2000s. I remember you with that song with Ice Cube. But then
Yeah,
as I keep looking back, I see you was in another group called Militia.
yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess I just want to start from the beginning. Can you just let us know a little bit, like where you from and how you got involved with hip hop?
Oh, well, I'm from Chicago originally, and I grew up in Inglewood. And by the time I got to Inglewood and did my elementary school years and middle school years, I found a love for hip hop. So I started out dancing. And who knew that, I would get the mic, you know what I'm saying? I always was a poet, so I could put words together and I'm real witty. And once I got in the group that I was in, it was a dance group. And I just realized, I'm kind of popular as a dancer, and I think I want the mic. So, I was fortunate enough to be dating. The guy I was dating at the time drove a limo, so he always had different famous people from the West Coast in his car. And me too. Even though I wasn't famous yet, I always was in a limousine. So his next person he saw was Brooke Payne, and so Brooke Payne was my first manager. He ended up getting me and Ronnie DeVoe in the studio with Mosey. So that was my first studio experience. And then I was introduced, from Emmanuel Dean to Militia, Diz and Devious. It was just two of them at first. And me and Mr. Tan started a duo, and we joined the group and ended up meeting Lord G from the Midwest. And once we, found out what the militia really was, we knew that we had a job to do in hip hop. So I was like, man, let me go in here with my best work. You know what I'm saying? So we did the remix to Burn.
And I heard that song was actually, I actually saw that they said that song was actually like the original song for WCW NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Hey, so you a wrestling fan or it just happened?
That just happened. You know what I mean? I'm a wrestling fan when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Once I found out it wasn't real, I started doing other things. You know what I'm saying? So, I couldn't keep faking it with y'all with
What
that
you
one.
mean it ain't real?
Oh shit, you a real wrestling fan and shit. I ain't trying to
I
hurt y'all feelings. I just don't believe in certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is entertainment. So I was like, okay, that's real good entertainment. They can use my music anytime as long as they licensing it.
and then is there any other far as the older the female rappers that came before you? Did any of them influence you?
I mean, Queen Latifah, her name, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, my name is Miss Toy, and Toy is my real name. So as far as names, and then Lauren Hill, the styles of, different ways to attack concepts and things like that is what I learned along the way as a writer. So as a songwriter, of course, the Missy Elliott's, and those are pretty much three of my top, that I can say that have some type of influence where other people can keep saying the name over and over and you'll just get it.
Yeah, I'll say because I had talked to JJ Fad and I had MC Light on the show, but then I also ended up interviewing Meg Thee Stallion early in her career. So I didn't see Meg Thee Stallion like take off. I just knew she was gonna take off. So just how do you feel like I said, look, I seen you in the game almost you say 30 plus almost. So how do you feel just how the game has went? Hip hop's 50 years old now. So just how do you feel like where it started, where you got into it to where it's at now?
Oh, where it started, it's gonna be where it end up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everything is 360 degrees. Nothing is new. You know what I'm saying? All you get a chance to do is create new vibes with the people that you meet, the new artists that come along the way that make an impact on the world. And it's a lot of different things that happen in music and in, film as well. You get a lot of people who are like stalkers and cult fans of things, and then they follow along and they do, not the good work. But then you have people that also, love the music and they go create, magic and history. Like you can do created a magical history that will last forever. So me being a part of hip hop makes me feel proud.
Yeah, then I actually what I noticed. Let me know if I'm right, but what I noticed, it seemed like you giving back a lot. Cause I see you got the radio show, and then I was listening to I was telling you I was listening to the session CDs, and it looked like you had like new artists on most of the songs on the songs. I was like, okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
what's motivating you to keep creating, keep going?
There's a business behind it. We all make music money if you're in a music and you have music registered, but we're not being played on mainstream radios, and different places are not understanding that once you have a catalog, that doesn't mean you need to stop working the catalog, or because you're still gonna make money off of it. So me growing my bag and growing my fan base allows me to share with the producers, especially that I work with, because I make money with them, and new artists who want to work with me. Instead of sending me your music to my phone or to my DM, I have a place called the Lovely Radio Show where you can send in the music. And it's also somewhere you can, build up your fan base and show, artists behind you, or people, if you have a label, how to actually do it and register your music and use the distribution companies that are available, but also make your own website so you can sell your music for whatever price you want on your own website. So showing that it's a business is not always, easy. You know what I mean? I don't tell people what to do. I just show you. And if you want to follow along, then you can do that. But if you do your own thing, that's what it is, because it's an open market for you to be able to, captivate the artists, especially with social media and how things go, So I mean, after so many years, I'm like, well, shit, why I'm gonna sit on my hands and not make my money, you know what I mean? Or not, satisfy my fans. That would be a disservice, don't you think?
So I'm saying, as far as like, what made you start with the radio station?
Oh, I was doing radio already. My music is on the radio. So, and I talk a lot of shit. Why the fuck should I be on the radio? You know what I mean? I'm on the radio so we can have other artists, on and talk about their careers, where you might not get to know who I am if you only heard You Can Do It or you just heard Burn. But if you hear me on the Lovely Radio Show, you'll get a chance to see my personality, and likewise the other fans, and they want to see what the artist's talking about on a regular note. They don't want to just hear about your rap. They want to hear what you've been doing on a regular day, right?
Right. So do you got like certain segments on your show?
Yeah, we break down a lot of producer talk on Lovely Radio because, working with the producers, artists kind of get shy and don't know how to, operate behind the scene. They just too busy trying to go live. No, it's a professional, ism that goes with you going in the studio to handle your business. If you're not recording yourself, there's an etiquette that needs to be, taken care of. So only way you can learn that is from the producer itself.
Okay. And then speaking of the radio, I actually was listening to Lil Wayne. He has a radio show on Apple. And I guess he was saying how he was kind of upset at Andre 3000, how Andre was saying like he 48, he ain't got nothing to rap about. Then Lil Wayne was like, well, I'm 41, I got all this stuff to rap about. And then Tiger was like, yeah, that's why you probably you got to stay in it a little bit, because if you don't stay in it, you kind of lose it. Just what's your opinion on that discussion they was having?
It's two different ways, because as a creator, someone who already was 3,000 years ahead of the game, he might not have anything that he want to share right now, not just to talk about. He wanted to share some musical, inspirations. And so I appreciate that. As an artist, you gave us something different. But as someone who has been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Lil Wayne. He actually gave me a shout out on Narvar's, podcast, and showed me love. But if you do have a lot to talk about, you went through a lot, then you are going to have a lot to rap about. You know what I'm saying? So it is two ways. I live my life as well. And I've always had a topic or two to talk about if I even got put on the spot to do music, or if I, was just working on an album and I just wanted to take my time. I grab different situations from what's happening currently, and I also do research on things from the past.
What did Wayne shout you out? What did he say?
Narvar told him, do you remember the rap snacks? Big Timers had rap snacks, and Lil Wayne said, oh yeah, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? He said, shout to Miss Toy yet. So
what's up? That's what's up. So what are you working on right now besides the radio
oh
station?
man, I'm the label, so I'm always working. You know what I mean? I'm always putting projects together. I have multi-platinum producers such as Mike City. I'm working with Young Ball on the beat. He's out of Texas, and me and Mike City have a placement that's on BMF second episode. I have a song on there called Fresh as Fuck. And so now I'm working on some more stuff for licenses.
Yeah, I say I was actually how do you describe your process? Like how do you, because you're doing the radio, you doing the music, are you like you pick certain days and do certain stuff, or you do everything every day? Like how do you work?
No, I'm organized. I'm pretty organized. I can be spontaneous sometimes, but Thursdays are the day that I designate for the lovely radio, and 365 days is the days that I designate for the music. So if you're on live 365, you'll hear the music all year. You know what I mean? So we're not spontaneous with what the hustle is. You know what I'm saying? We're very organized as far as what we want to do. I do pop up here and there on YouTube on a Saturday or Tuesday or whatever, just to show my face. But I'm also always promoting and advertising something that got to do with the music, because I have a Christmas album with Cavi, that has Dane Dane and some other people on it. So it's a new holiday, it's a new season, right? So now we promoting that album. So when the new year drop, I got a new song, Happy New Year. We gonna put that on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's organized noise over here.
They're gonna say so, and then like far as like how do you think you was able to navigate it's a male dominated industry, and then it's a lot of stories you see what happened with like a lot of female rappers in the game, and even most of the time they try to pit y'all together against each other. So how was
They
you
do
able to?
that enough. They do that enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The stories behind what be going on with me is they not popular. You know what I'm saying? They folk tales. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit people did to me, they made it up. You know what I'm saying? And I stand firm because I'm from Chicago, like I said, and I'm from Inglewood. So two places made me collide and be the warrior I am. So some of the situations people try to put me in, they just didn't work. Chris, they just don't work. They just don't work on warriors. I have a bunch of stories, of course. We gonna put that together in some kind of you know autobiography eventually. We're doing a lot of writing right now, but my life is still going. You know what I mean? And if somebody was trying to block any of the blessings that I had, shame on them, because you really can't block what you can't control.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think you were saying you from Chicago. I want to say I think Shauna from Chicago too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
got some
homegirl.
MCs from out there.
Queen Key. Yep, it's some bosses in Chicago.
And then I don't know if you it's all actually like in hip hop, it's like a female movement right now. Like it seems like to me it's more females popping than the men. But
Yeah.
at the same time, a lot of them on that they call it like slut rap. Like a lot of them doing the slut rap. So are you hearing any of that? Like are you noticing it?
I don't listen to it, so I don't have to be a part of it to know what's going on. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? That's what they want to teach our kids. That's what the fuck they gonna do. Who has control over it? Yourself. And if you're a part of a goddamn label, then your ass gotta follow instructions. I can't be mad at bitches that gotta follow instructions. You know what I'm saying? That's how they eat.
So I say I guess do any of them they don't never reach out, like they ever try to reach out to you and get some game, or you don't get that a lot?
Make that make sense to yourself.
No. No, that's what they because I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just try to bridge the gap. So I feel like if they, I know you doing your thing and you've been doing it for years, so they should come to you and just to get some insight and know what's going on. Because like I said, a lot of rappers, male and female, get used. But I already see you doing. I know you already doing that with the rappers you working with right now.
I mean, I can't give my attention to people who already have labels. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
My job and my goal is for the people who are independent.
right. Yeah, and like I said, I was telling you about that session. It's like I was really impressed because like I liked all the titles. I was like, dang, then all the songs was hitting. So I was like, wow. Now I was like, I don't know, is it because I smoke weed or what? But I was like, I really like it.
I really made that the session album for, of course, for 420 because that's the day it drops. For people to go in their catalog when they, get a session together, or if you just on a solo mission and you doing some work. Those albums are for, the stoners and for the real ones that know what it's about. And yeah, and the concepts are some of the things that also weed people and medical marijuana things, and just to collectively talk about together. And this is the second one, and I'm working on the third one as well. So we're gonna keep them coming.
Are you still in Inglewood?
I still represent Inglewood. My business is out of Inglewood, but I'm worldwide. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like that. I've never had to, be in one spot to say where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like being pigeonholed like that. I love being international, and that's why it's gonna end anyway. You know what I mean? Not from the block I started, but from everywhere to where it's real people actually listening to my music.
That's tight. Yeah, I was born in Mississippi, but I've been in San Diego for like 20 years.
Yeah, the West Coast is where it's at too. You know what I mean? So I got love really on the East Coast and the Midwest. If I'm in Atlanta, I got producers and family there, and then on the West Coast, I'm here to just continue to bridge the gap through the artists and producers and DJs that I continues to work with throughout my whole career.
Mm. Then what do you like to do outside of making music?
Cook and chill, be a dog mom, and just hang with my family. I'm very family oriented. It's so many of us, you know what I'm saying? And even in the picture in the calendar right there, it's a damn near all
Mm.
women. That one picture right there, that's my family, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a blessing to be able to say, I can be whoever I want to be in my life, but separating business and personal is always one of my favorites.
Mm. And then I was saying, I know you met Ice Cube like that was I said like what 2000 early 2000s. But how do
No,
you feel like?
I met Ice Cube in 1996, 97.
Oh, way before.
Before you can do it. Yeah. We
Yeah,
didn't get a you can do it. I was called in to do that.
yeah. I actually had I just talked to JD earlier this year too, and he was saying the same thing. I was going to ask you just how you feel about his evolution. Like he went from way more than a rapper. He went from, he was doing the movies for a while. Then now he doing the Big Three. Big Three just made the Hall of Fame just made an award for him.
That's amazing. And to me, and that's, I pride myself on working with some of the best in the business. And that's one of the best, decisions that I was put in, to be able to say that I work with Cube and to watch his legacy go on and continue on, even with just the song. We have a lot of history that we making in just that one song.
Mm. And then what would you like the new generation, like the newer generation, like my son, he's like 15. What would you like him to know about you?
Well, you could go to misstoymusic.com and just see a plethora of different things that I do. Um, from me changing my mini looks to all the different type of styles of music I do, including, rock hop. And just being a writer in this business is something that's special. If you have a real story to tell and you can put it in words, continue to write and do what you do so people can know who you are. And my message is always, I don't give advice. I just show you better than I could tell you.
Mm. And for new artists, what would you like to say to new artists?
Go to misstoymusic.com. I don't give I don't give advice to new artists. If you like to submit your music to the Lovely Radio Show, you can go to misstoymusic.com and submit your music, your link in your bio, and that way we can play your music on Live 365.
Yeah, I saw you have like, is that a podcast, the Artist Spotlight?
Yes, yes, yes. I love spotlight new artists. You never know what kind of music you're gonna hear. I don't play ratchet music, but I do play music that people really, do with their heart.
And then like I was saying too, like a lot of times even with me, like you never know which one of those artists. Like I said, I had Megan Stallion and I had the baby like years before they blew up. Like you never know who is going to be who in the game. So it's like sometimes it's
It's not
good.
even
Like
that. It's not even that though, because we put people on pedestals all the time, which they don't belong there. You
Mm-hmm.
have to give the genuine people who actually listen and go and they change their lives off the music. You know what I'm saying? People give so much props and respect to somebody as an artist, but fuck them. They don't do nothing for us. You know what I'm saying? Really, they not giving to the community like that. It's great to see people come up, but it's also great to see people be humble along the way and help real artists, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say though. I will say sometimes like you helping that artist is what's gonna motivate them to keep going. Cause I know a lot of artists they get discouraged, and they doing it for a while, it's not going how
I
they
mean,
wanted
they
to
getting
go.
pimped in this game. They getting pimped. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy to stand on your own and miss a lot of the opportunity they think that is missed in this business, knowing that y'all still gonna meet each other at the same place. You know what I mean? You don't have to have the same money as the next artist. All you have to do is have the same drive, and you get your blessings along the way. But when people want more than even they talent is worth, that's when they have hard downfalls. Because to me, we go into something else. Diddy is not talented like that. He stole a lot of fucking people music. You know what I'm saying? And people love him because a lot of money was put behind this person, and then he brought people in that were talented. But at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, it sucks to see how much you know, hip hop was destroyed, how many lives were destroyed, how many people passed away because of this one person that people put on pedestals. So I don't put nobody on a pedestal, and that's probably why they don't really fuck with me like that. But I don't need them to, because I have my own platforms, and I do have, I mean, thousands of people that really come to me all the time sending the same videos and the same song that they acting like I ain't do. I still get paid for it. So it's like I can't listen to other people tell me shit, because you're not in my shoes and you don't see the love and you don't feel the love like I do, you know?
And then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
My supporters, my warriors, I call them warriors because they stayed down with me. Even when they just thought, you know what I'm saying, it was going to just be an easy road. When they realized that, oh no, she ain't going for none of the sucker shit. And you know what I'm saying? All of the behind the scenes stuff is not working out, and the drama that people try to put on me. And they stayed down with me and continue to show me that they love the music. They request it. And even when I'm not dropping music, they asking me where I'm at. So I love y'all. And I will continue to do this music for y'all. If it's only y'all, then that's good for me.
Then how you come up with the name Warriors? Why you call them
Oh
Warriors?
man, it was this track that I had, you know what I'm saying? One of my producers gave me, and while I was practicing, you know, the different religion for myself, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm just a believer, but I was really, you know, into my Muslim, self. So I did this hook, and I was, you know, reciting it, and I was like, warrior, you know, I am a warrior. I ain't afraid of y'all. Better come hard or don't come at all. Got God's grace. It's in my everything. And when I yell it out, I want to hear you say, then I'm like, Allahu Akbar.
Warrior.
Allahu Akbar. So I just from that song alone, and then performing it in the clubs, people was requesting it after I performed it a few times, and I'm like, man, y'all my warriors. I stopped calling them, you know, other names. I was just like, hey, you my warrior, and they love that. So it stuck since, you know, I dropped my first album, I Am a Warrior Part 1 in 2013. In 2014 I dropped part 2, and so everybody been my warriors for at least, you know, 10, 11 years.
Yeah, I actually got an Ultimate Warrior tattoo on my arm.
Oh shit, you my warrior now.
I know.
Shit.
I would say that mean I'm your
Damn,
warrior too.
you
I
my
didn't even
warrior.
know it.
That's why invite me for the interview. I appreciate you, Chris. For real. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I want to say thank you for politicking with me as well.
Yeah, you know, we got a politic, and everybody not gonna always agree, but people always think they know exactly how you should move. But if you move like somebody else move, you might be stagnant for a long time. So I never move how other people move. I just move in my own groove, you know?
That's what's up. And you want
Mhm.
to tell them about your social media and your websites again?
Yes, of course, y'all see it behind me, misstoymusic.com, one of my magnets. You can go to misstoymusic.com, catch up on some of the new music that's dropped. I got 15 albums, 16 probably right now, that's out. So y'all should be playing catch up right now before I even get to any of my other singles that's dropping soon. So y'all should be telling me what y'all looking for. Yeah, and y'all can put in requests. And if you'd like to hear something special on the Live 365 Lovely Mix, let me know. I definitely put your favorite song in the mix unless it's something I don't play.
What do you don't play? Like the drill?
Shit that everybody else is playing that don't make sense to me. I don't give a fuck what the number's doing. It's not for this algorithm. So maybe it won't be for you. I won't call nobody out. I just don't listen to it. You feel me?
Yeah, I would say, like, I see a degree right behind you. What's the degree?
This one,
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
trademark for the Lovely Radio Show.
Okay, that's what's up. That's cool. That's cool.
Yes, we do business over here. So if you want to know a little bit about how to market or how to produce songs, engineer, things like that, I got warriors around me that'll give y'all advice all day, but I won't.
And you said the show's on Thursdays, right?
Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, y'all can join me in the chat. I always put the link. If you're a business owner, if you're an artist and you would like to join the show, I put the link right in the chat. So you can join the show. You could come talk your shit too. We ain't scared either, but you know what I'm saying? We just want y'all to be honest and not have to, go behind the scene and see how you can get on the show. It's easy.